NASN brings you unrivaled coverage of the best sports North America has to offer. Get the best seats in the house for the biggest games in the best leagues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch the NFL from preseason all the way to the playoffs with over 60 regular season games, the postseason, and live coverage of Super Bowl 42 from Phoenix. Get live coverage of every game of the World Series and don't miss an inning of the MLB regular season with up to 260 regular season games and the All-Star Game live. Experience the most comprehensive coverage of the NHL anywhere in Europe with over 200 live regular season games, the 2008 NHL All-Star Game, and the Stanley Cup Finals live. NASN takes you to pit lane in the high-octane world of NASCAR with live Busch Series racing and keeps you up to date with the Nextel Cup and Truck Series with daily episodes of NASCAR Now. Get courtside with the best conferences in NCAA college basketball with a packed schedule of games between the top teams and unrivaled coverage of March Madness. See the power and skill of the finest players in college football with full season and bowl series coverage, including all the BCS games, live. And with all your favorite news, highlights, and analysis shows, including PTI and Around the Horn, you won't miss a minute from any of your favorite sports all season long. Log on to NASN.com now and join the world of NASN, your leader in North American sports.
Came into this ball game with his last 5 games somewhat suspect. He hadn't thrown for 200 yards since November 11th, but as you can see, he's already passed the 200-yard mark in just the first half. 9 of 11 for 212.
When you take a look at Big Ben, the one thing about him, he's been sacked much, but he keeps his eyes downfield. Mobile quarterback, as you say, 3rd in the league in running quarterback. He finds himself more time and keeps his eyes checking Hinesburg, going all the way back across the field, and he hits his check down. Great play and catch, great leadership. He says he's not a vocal leader. He's not a yeller or a screamer, never going to show a receiver up, but he's going to lead by example.
What would you like to see the Rams defense do that they're not, aside from have better talent on the field?
Well, it's hard because Pittsburgh Steelers at this point, they have so much balance. They're effective on the run. They're effective with the pass. So with the Rams, they're pretty much in a situation where you got to run some zone blitzes. And when you go 7 in the box, he's running. When you go 8 in the box, he's passing. They have him any way they want.
And so I asked you before the game if this would be a high-scoring affair. Both you and Marshall told me
Okay,
no.
I was wrong, all right?
Thank you very much.
I was wrong.
38 points so far in our first half. And once again, this is the very busy Derek Stanley. Drops at the goal line, bounces right back to him. Stanley picks his way back to the 20-yard line. Don't forget, this coming Saturday night, we're going to have the NFC East champion Cowboys going against the Carolina Panthers in a live primetime matchup. That's Cowboys-Panthers coming from Charlotte, Saturday night at 8 Eastern on NFL Network. How's Tony Romo's thumb?
Tony Romo is going to be okay. And you know what? I can't wait to see Steve Smith live. He's had a plethora of quarterbacks this season, but this guy is still one of the best receivers in the game.
And as you can see, this is a game the Cowboys need because they're suddenly tied with the Packers. Now, granted, they beat Green Bay down there, but you can see why neither team wants to go on the road in the playoffs. Cowboys 0-5 at Lambeau, and Brett's 0-9 down in Texas. With 1:51 to play, we'll see what the Rams try to do in this first half. Bulger wants a lot of it in and out of the arms of Ike Taylor.
You can't call a pass interference on that play. Great play by Ike Taylor, going up to get the ball at his highest point.
Well, Taylor wasn't fond of the call either. He's going for Isaac Bruce. And
pass interference, number 24.
Wow.
Defense.
This has to stop.
First down.
That's a tough call.
You know, it's almost at a point where a quarterback, when it's one-on-one coverage on the outside and it's a deep route, you can just throw it up. Stutter go. Taylor.
Well, you don't think that's an arm bar?
The arm bar. But what about that hand in the back?
And he got a little jersey in there, too. Mark Bulger got a little knock on his left knee there, and you saw him a little hitch in his giddy up as he made his way back to midfield. But nothing that's going to force him to the sidelines. 31 yards, courtesy of that penalty. Sets the Rams up with good field position. Bulger will throw on first down to Randy McMichael, veteran tight end out of Georgia, who they got from the Miami Dolphins. And McMichael, frankly, has underperformed here.
Well, they really hadn't utilized him. This guy run good routes. He can catch the ball. He's very physical. You have to involve him more in the offense.
Rams in a bit of a hurry up. Bulger gets it away just before Hagan's got there to Torrey Holt. First down, Rams. That might have been Taylor coming in off the side. Yep, Ike Taylor.
Corner blitz, Bulger getting rid of it just in the nick of time, going backside with one-on-one coverage. Great play call.
You see Bulger pointing to his face mask. He wanted a little tack on there, but that's not going to happen. First down, Rams. We're inside a minute 20 in the first half. They're trailing by 10 on the board. Bulger dumps this one off. Steven Jackson has to fight for the ball. Ball's free. Harrison has it. Are they calling this a completion? Still no indication.
The ruling on the field was a catch, fumble, recovered by the defense, first down.
Play official for me. Did he have it?
Yeah, I don't
is this a fumble or is this an incompletion?
You know, I like Harrison. You know, not going for it and reading the play, able to strip the ball and recover the fumble.
Do you think it was a completion?
No, I don't.
Inside 2 minutes, of course, all replays are called for from upstairs. It's hard to say that he had possession of the ball because Harrison had it as much as he did.
Right.
Until it came free. Now, granted, he made a couple of football moves, but never without Harrison having a hand on the ball. And now we get word that it is going to come into review. Linehan was somewhat concerned they were going to get a playoff before the review buzzer came through.
After looking at it further, I think it's going to call fumble.
Because it was called that originally?
Yes, I think so.
Walt Anderson will go under the hood for the first time tonight. There's a couple of things he has to determine here. First of all, did Jackson ever fully have possession? And that's where the question would seem to be.
Both guys had control of the ball, though it seemed. And he did take a couple steps with the ball.
Yeah, but as he takes the steps, Harrison has it with him. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Harrison has the ball with him as he takes his steps.
Yes, he does. This is a tough call. That's why they're down there doing that. And we're up here doing this.
At which point the ball came free. And it would be tough to have seen enough there to overrule it. If they had called it the other way, it'd be tough for them to overrule that too. Did Harrison get the fumble recovery?
Now, Polamalu may have got the fumble recovery. Look at Harrison. You know, they said he can't replace Joey Porter's intensity, but talent-wise, he can. And he's a force to be reckoned with on special teams as well.
And it was Harrison, it seemed, who pounced on that ball. And he came up and, not hearing a whistle, tried to get more yardage, but then everybody just kind of stopped.
If that counts as a fumble, that would be his 7th forced fumble this season.
You know, I'm not taking anything away from Harrison, but doesn't Pittsburgh's scheme basically allow whoever is playing that weak side backer position to be a big playmaker, as Joey Porter was, as Chad Brown was, right, as others have been in this system?
It can, but you got to have the talent.
Let's get the call from Walt Anderson.
After reviewing the play, the receiver never had control of the ball. It is an incomplete pass. Please put 1:15 on the game clock. It is 2nd and 10 on the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a big overruling because with just 1:09 left, the Rams retain possession, and they have good field position. Even if the drive should stall, they're in position for what would be a pretty good field goal attempt.
This is the time you come back after that long time off, you take a shot deep. You get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. This is the time you get these guys the ball.
The Rams with a full complement of timeouts. They've put time back on the clock with 1:15, so they're in no hurry at all.
Isaac Bruce is in the slot.
Well, they truly weren't in a hurry. We got a delay of game.
False start, number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
See, that frustrates the head coach. You've had ample amount of time up on the review, and you come out and there's a delay of game.
Now still Bulger in the offense have plenty of time. They'll have to start from the 34.
They stay in this coverage, it may be a big play.
Bulger in and out of the hands of Isaac Bruce. He threw it behind him, a little bit behind him. And you saw Bulger look to the sideline and said, I thought he was running up.
Man free. Isaac Bruce ran the slant, snapped it off right in the front of his face. Great route.
And he clearly thought he was going to continue upfield. So suddenly it's 3rd and 15, and the Rams have to get something, or Wilkins is looking at a 52-yard attempt.
Yeah. Cover 2 shell, this is tough. You know, Bruce in the slot.
Bulger with time, in and out of the hands of Drew Bennett. Bennett was there, but so was Tyrone Carter. Ike Taylor. And so Jeff Wilkins will come on, and this is a strange one. Jeff Wilkins has come on for what is his sweet spot. He has made 19 straight from a distance of 49 to 52 yards, and this one is from 52 yards. Make it 20 straight.
Great kick. Great hold.
Go figure. Jeff Wilkins is a guy who's not having a very good year. Comes in, made 21 of 29, has missed some easy field goals this year, but from that distance of just 49 to 52, for whatever reason, he's now made 20 straight.
He needs a challenge, that's all.
Go figure. And this was a no doubt about it.
Splitting up, right? Great kick, great hold. The problem is, Pittsburgh Steelers still have 1 minute and 6 seconds left.
And 3 timeouts.
That's a problem.
And 3 timeouts.
And a hot Ben Roethlisberger.
The Rams defense has shown little ability to stop anyone. And part of the problem, and we've talked about it over and over tonight, is that this Rams kickoff coverage unit is the worst in the league. And quite frankly, they're on a pace to perhaps set a record. If they have one long kickoff return and continue at their current pace, they will go down as in the books as the worst kickoff return unit in NFL.
You know, Steven Jackson yesterday alluded to that. He said our role players, we got to have some dogs, meaning we need guys with that tenacity, guys that's tough, guys that's physical, guys that wear their attitude out there on the field. When it comes to our role players, he said, we don't have that.
You want to talk about how badly the Rams defense is playing tonight. The Rams are averaging 10 yards a play. They've run 31 plays, 313 yards of offense. 10 yards a play kind of works in football, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As long as they do 10-yard first down?
That's called a first down.
Yeah, I was going to say. This is Alan Rossum. And there's that coverage unit again. Alan Rossum gets it back to the 39-yard line before he's dragged out by Eric Moore. Don't forget, NFL Network covers the college game, too. College Football Now breaks down the BCS and gets you ready for bowl games. It's College Football Now, Tuesday through Friday at 6 Eastern. And, of course, it's only on NFL Network. And so the Steelers will take over with 55 seconds to play and 3 timeouts. But the Steelers have scored only 3 points on the 14 drives they've had that started with 2 minutes or less to play in a half this year. The only team with fewer points than them in 2-minute offense, the 49ers, they've had none.
If you get one-on-one on the outsides with Santonio Holmes, it's going to be a big play. And it looks like what they're doing.
Roethlisberger under pressure. Corey Chavis has him and drags him down. And Roethlisberger went down awkwardly and gets up slowly. Roethlisberger looking to the sidelines. Charlie Batch is the backup.
You got 8 men in the box, all out blitz. Big Ben has a better job at reading the coverage. One-on-one on the outsides. You got to just put him up and give the guy a chance.
You saw that Roethlisberger's left leg would appear to have been bent back there as Chavis came in and dragged him down by the jersey. There's a look at Charlie Batch, a veteran, guy who started for several years up in Detroit and played well last year when Ben was down for a time. 3rd sack of the night on Roethlisberger. And this timeout is pretty much to check him out as much as anything else. We take a look at the one more time, but watch his left leg here as he goes down.
It's because he's so big, he's so strong, he's still fighting for more yards or to stay alive. You just go down, just take the sack. So I can't believe they're still in the shotgun right here. You just got a tremendous sack. Just get off the field, go in the locker room, and settle with your lead. You're up 24-17.
Why, when you're gashing this defense at will? Why settle? Why settle? Roethlisberger dumps this one off. Kerry Davis is tackled for a loss. Go ahead, D.
Because you almost got your quarterback knocked out, and you need him. Right then, he got hit again on that last play, and you almost got your tailback knocked out on the consecutive plays.
And it's the Rams who have stopped the clock, obviously with ideas of getting the ball back with good field position. That was Will Witherspoon who was coming in, applying the pressure to Roethlisberger there. So you're saying just keep it on the ground, let's get out of here at halftime, regroup.
Sometimes you just got to take a win. Just take the W. Just take the W. Although it's not a win, the game is not over, but take what has gone forth right now. You got a 7-point lead. We're about to honor Marshall Faulk, which I can't wait to do. That's probably why I'm hoping that they just take a knee and just run out the clock.
If you weren't with us early in the ball game, Willie Parker was sent to the locker room and will not return. He's injured his ankle on what was Pittsburgh's second offensive play of the ball game. And so they're without him tonight. Pittsburgh's last 2 plays, they've lost 21 yards. They'll keep it on the ground this time, and this is Kerry Davis fighting for extra yardage to the 22-yard line, and the Rams will stop the clock a 3rd time, and they'll get the ball back. This game is terribly important to Pittsburgh because, as we said, they had a playoff berth locked up, or so they thought, until they wound up losing to New England and losing to Jacksonville, and maybe more importantly, losing to the Jets. And suddenly, you can see the numbers there. If they fall to 9-6, Cleveland has an opportunity to take command in the AFC North.
Cleveland is playing some real football right now. Why I say that? Because they can run, they can pass. Jamal Lewis is running like he's never run before. Braylon Edwards headed to the Pro Bowl, and Kellen Winslow, K2. He's putting up some huge numbers.
This will be Pittsburgh's first punt of the night. They lined up in punt formation earlier tonight, but the rookie, Dan Sepulveda, completed a first down pass to Najee Davenport. It was a fake punt. We got to believe this one will be off his left foot, and it will. Sepulveda booms this one.
Yeah, great punt to return.
Chases Brandon Williams back to his own 25, and Williams fights his way to the 33 before being brought down by Anthony Madison. And the Rams will come back on the field with just 20 seconds left to play and out of timeouts. You can't believe they'd do anything except genuflect and get out of here.
You're 3-11. It's no telling what you do. 3-11. 3-11. What do you have to wait? What do you have to waste? What do you have to save? Although they should take a knee right here.
Yeah, they should. But they're not going to.
But they're not.
They come to this side. That's Bennett in the slot. Brian Leonard is the lone back.
Still got, you get the matchups you want.
Bulger throwing far side. Isaac Bruce completes it at midfield. No, they're waving this one off. I thought he got both down.
Ike Taylor having a tough day over there with Isaac Bruce.
Left one down. Ooh.
He may need to challenge that one.
Oh. Look at Linehan. Linehan's having a conversation. He does get the right one down. Linehan's having a conversation. Of course, the replay has to be called from the booth, and they will. Yeah, they missed that. They missed that. Fair?
It is.
That veteran definitely got the right foot down as he went to the sideline. Didn't seem to be objecting much as he came back into play, but watch it. Watch him drag the right one. Left one's down.
2. Oh, he's in.
And he has possession of the ball. Ball never wobbled as he came out. Okay, sir, if you're Ike Taylor and Isaac Bruce is wearing you out like that, why won't you come up and try to get your hands on him? He can't outrun you.
Well, the reason is, two reasons. One, we may not remember that corner route or that out route, but we're going to remember that deep one tomorrow. And that deep one is going to be on the highlights on the NFL Network tonight. So that's one reason. You know, all your friends, all your homeboys, your whole family, everyone's watching in the NFL, and you don't want that kind of pressure and that kind of luggage on your back for the rest of the season.
I know neither of them felt good, and it never happened to you, but which feels better for a corner, a guy catching 10 balls on you or a guy catching 2 deep ones on you?
It depends on the result of those 10 balls. You know, when you catch 2 deep ones, that scoreboard moves.
Well, I understand.
That's 6 points.
But you can also look bad, as the young kid did down in Atlanta this year, who just kept getting abused to the point where his coach had to bring him to the sideline.
Yeah, but he's going to learn one thing about these old veteran coaches. They tell you nothing deep and nothing cheap. I can live with that because it's so hard for a offense to drive 60, 70, 80 yards without making a mistake.
Well, what was it Mike Tomlin told us about why he's sitting Anthony Smith? He said he couldn't keep the ball in front of him.
He had a severe problem with keeping the ball in front of him.
And so Walt Anderson has had a look, and we expect this to be Rams ball at midfield in a reversal.
After reviewing the play, it is a catch. Receiver has his left foot down and the right foot drags. He maintains control of the ball. It'll be first down at the 49-yard line.
Hard to gauge the crowd reaction. We have as many Steeler fans inside here as Rams fans, it would seem, because that was greeted by a chorus of boos. Maybe the Pittsburgh people are just louder.
And Steven Jackson is really upset with that also. Going very vocal with these fans here.
It's been an unusual night. We've had 2 reversals of calls on the field. And so we've got 15 seconds to play. Rams are out of timeouts. Steelers come with 6 D-backs. Bulger behind Torrey Holt. Incomplete. Ike Taylor on the coverage.
This is like a victory defense. You have Polamalu up bumping Torrey Holt, and you got Ike Taylor behind him, and Bulger still almost got that pass in there.
Are you surprised they're going after Taylor as much as they are not Townsend on the other side?
No, I'm not, because during the week you study guys, and you know your cornerbacks come back and say, I want that guy. I can beat that guy.
You got to look at Dick LeBeau on the sideline defensive coordinator of the Steelers. That was Scott Linehan there. Seeing if he can close the gap from 24-17 in this, the final 10 seconds of our first half. Bulger with time. Bulger throwing this side and throwing it away. 3 seconds left. And just as I say throw this side, he does come this side for Deshae Townsend.
Yeah, he was looking backside of Torrey Holt, who fell down on the play. Right now you may get that old Hail Mary, and I like those because you never know what's going to happen at the end of it.
You like them from up here. You didn't like them when you were down there.
No, that was an interception if I was down there, and we wasn't going to take a knee.
Is that to say you didn't approve of Brian Westbrook the other day?
No, he scored.
Okay.
I like what he did, smart, intelligent.
It was very
play.
smart, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And so this will be our final play of the half. We got people all the way back at the 10-yard line, just a 3-man rush. Harrison still gets there. Bulger lets it fly. Deep corner, ball's up. A Steeler came down with it, if anyone did. They're calling it an interception, but that's how our half will end.
Time for Marshall Faulk.
Time for Marshall Faulk. This is going to be very nice. Young number 28 is going to have his jersey retired by the team that he was a glorious player for so long.
Well-deserved, professional.
And we've been teasing him about tears, but tears would be warranted. We expect a lot of people to be crying here at halftime. The teams will go to the locker room in what's been an offensive show, befitting what was the home of the greatest show on turf. The Steelers are out in front 24-17. Marshall Faulk is up next at halftime. back at Air James Dome in St. Louis. A first half that was loaded with fireworks has left us with the Steelers leading the Rams 24-17. A half that basically had two headlines. Number one, that Willie Parker went to the locker room with an ankle injury. He's out for the ball game, but the Steelers don't seem to have missed a beat and rung up 24 points. The other one is that this Rams offense can move the ball effectively against the #1 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, this defense surely doesn't look like they're the #1 defense because they're allowing the Rams to run as well as pass. I can't believe the Rams got away from Steven Jackson. 5 rushes for 65 yards. And some tough yards at that.
Allen Rossum gets it back to the 31-yard line where Roethlisberger and the Steelers will go to work. And let's give credit to Najee Davenport. He's the one who came on in relief of Parker. And Davenport, 12 carries for 65 yards, including a touchdown on a reception.
He's been almost flawless. Big Ben has been flawless. Antonio Holmes flawless. This offense, a fine balance of run and pass. I look for them this half to continue what they were doing. They control the time of possession. 19 minutes, over 19 minutes of time of possession. That's Pittsburgh Steelers football.
And so Roethlisberger will start from his own 31. Davenport starts in the second half, swings this one wide to Hines Ward. Gets maybe a gain of 6. Roy Glover coming down from the inside. Put a stop to that.
It's like a mixture between a run and a pass. You know you're going to complete the pass. You know you're going to get 5 yards. They did the same play in the first half, but they did it to the left side. Now they just flipped the whole offense and ran it to the right side. Great play.
Bad news. We get word Willie Parker has a fractured right fibula.
That's a tremendous blow for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The league's leading rusher, Willie Parker, out of this game, and one would assume out for the remainder of the year, as Davenport gets a first down. We'll take a look at the play one more time. This was only the second offensive play for Parker. Now watch the right fibula right there.
His foot got caught.
He had it caught underneath Will Witherspoon as he was twisted to the ground, and x-rays revealed a fracture. And Parker's season is done.
You know, it's never good. I mean, this is a young kid, a free agent. We met with him yesterday. Very, very charming, very delightful. He's planning on having a big night. The only thing I could say about that injury, does that mean that Fred Taylor goes to the Pro Bowl?
Well, completes this one to Santonio Holmes. First of all, the quick answer is yes. But it would seem to be some justice in that, because remember, Parker told us yesterday that he and Fred work out together in Fort Lauderdale, and that he had actually said he'd be happy to not go if Fred could go. Well, I'm sure he's not happy. I'm sure he's not happy to have a broken fibula, but if there is justice in the world, Fred Taylor goes to the Pro Bowl.
Yes, Fred Taylor, definitely, well deserved. 10,000 yards and never go to the Pro Bowl.
Najee Davenport, another first down for the Steelers. We want to say welcome to those joining us on NFL.com and NFL Mobile. Welcome to Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, where we've seen a half of fireworks, and we've seen a halftime honoring Marshall Faulk, who's just made his way back to the booth. Congratulations to him. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. It was very nice.
It was. That great honor. Great honor.
Marshall, when they dropped that banner, I almost cried, man. Do you understand what an honor that is?
Oh, trust me, I understand it. And yes.
I don't know a player who's gotten a jersey retired in the NFL.
Completes this one to Heath Miller, short of the sticks.
But again, positive yards on first down.
You know, that's something. Roethlisberger told us he throw the ball to Heat even when he's covered, because he knows that Heat is going to protect the ball and that he's going to catch the ball.
All right, don't get away from the jersey ceremony for a second. I also just want to make note of one thing, and I'm not sure if anybody can look this up. Alex is down the booth. Alex, you might check this. You might be the youngest player in NFL history to ever have his jersey retired.
Right.
I can't, off the top of my head, think of anyone younger.
Just stepped off the field a few years ago.
Najee Davenport again and again. First down Steelers. This to the 11-yard line.
Marshall, with Willie Parker out for the remainder of the season, playoffs, can Najee Davenport carry the load?
That's a good question. You know, when you think about Najee and him coming here last year, he brought him that big back that they missed in Jerome Bettis. He was supposed to be a short yardage specialist. And last year, he kind of proved that he could go the distance. He can do some things.
Plus, he's a guy with some speed. He was a sprinter in college. He's a guy who runs back kicks. I mean, he's not just a big lug. He is a big guy, but he's got some foot speed.
He's not, but this offense and how they want to work, it's whether they'll commit to that.
This is Kerry Davis, who figures to see a lot more work. He goes down in the arms of Chris Draft. Remember, it was Davis who we got to look at when we were in Canton, who played very well in their first preseason game against the Saints.
Yeah, I talked to Bruce Arians, and Bruce was like, listen, Willie's going to be okay. Najee, we're going to have him. But this Kerry Davis kid, you're going to like him. At that point in time, they liked him at halfback before they moved him to fullback.
Well, he's going to see action down the stretch. That we know. He's a first-year player out of Illinois. Packs 225 pounds in that 5'10" frame. He's the up back right now. Davenport's the deep back, and Davenport will get it off the right side. Would appear to be short of the goal line, but may have enough for a first down.
Just not a good way to enter the line that high. Around the goal line, forward lean is usually a good recipe to get you into the end zone. You go in that high, you're not going far.
Here it is. Here it is
Take
again.
a look here. Yeah.
Well, in fairness to him, it looked like he wanted to lunge, and somebody was at his feet, and he had to abbreviate it.
I never heard of a lunge up. You lunge forward.
That's why I beg to ask him the question, can he carry the load 25 or 30 times a game? And that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers tailback need. Offense needs a tailback to carry the load 25, 30 times a game.
First and goal, Davenport. Stopped.
That's the thing, Deion. He can carry the load, but is he going to be effective? Is he going to scare a defense? Is he going to be a home run hit? What's he going to? What is
he going to be enough to make their play action work? And let's face it, Pittsburgh depends on their play action for their offense to work.
That's it. Or they get back to what they was when they had Jerome Bettis. Their defense is staying off the field, and now they're rested.
Chris Kimoyatu is in the backfield now as the up back with Davenport behind him. Kimoyatu at 344 pounds. He'll be the lead blocker, and Davenport goes in. Touchdown, Steelers.
You take a look at the fullback, and we're talking about him, but he doesn't even go there. He goes in the opposite hole, takes on a linebacker, Najee Davenport. That right there was a leap. He leaped over the top. that lunge leap that didn't work, that one worked.
Well, he had no one at his feet that time.
He doesn't have a vertical.
Okay, let's say that. Yeah.
Let's just say that.
But that first one was not good.
We got Larry Bird hops, huh? And with that, the Steelers move out in front, 31-17. Took them just 5:38 to go down the field. Marshall Faulk, right underneath his jersey, is where they scored it. Congrats again, Marshall.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Great speech.
Of fencing and 3 years of law school teach you a lot. For him, it's confidence. For me, it's pride. Go to ncaa.student.org to find out how your child could become one of the many student athletes who go pro in something other than sports.
Join us this Thursday for a special holiday edition of Hockey Night in Canada on NASN. First up, we head to Tampa Bay to catch the Canadiens face off against the Lightning. Then, live from General Motors Place, Luongo and the Canucks feel the heat against Calgary. A special holiday edition of Hockey Night in Canada this Thursday only on NASN.
Thursday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by GMC, official vehicle of the NFL and proud supporter of those who wanted more. and is rated for sprint speed. Sprint.
We're back in St. Louis where the Steelers took the second half kickoff and frankly made it look easy. Marching down the field against the Rams to take a 31-14 lead, 10 plays, 69 yards. The drive consumed 5:38. You see the key play there was Najee Davenport's 18-yard run. But frankly, the Rams didn't seem to offer much resistance.
And this is indicative of the Rams. They've had second half problems the whole season. Now, Marshall, this is the time they get away from their game plan. Steven Jackson was successful with the run early on.
Oh.
Now they're just going to come back and probably just air the ball out.
Derek Stanley gets stopped there. So the Rams will come on the field, see if their offense can turn around and score just as quick.